This is Kellman on CliffCentral.
What's happening, Michael Constantinides, but Cost for short?
Yes, Cost for short.
Dude, how's this jacket of yours? Before I even get into who you are, let me paint a picture. So basically, I want you to very quickly, if you're listening to this, go grab your phone, go into WhatsApp, WeChat, any of them. Take a look at your emoticon screen, so all the different options, and that's basically what Michael's jacket looks like.
Yes, exactly. So every emojicon that you've probably ever used is on my jacket right now.
You've got the monkeys there.
Yeah, I've got the monkeys.
You've got the
fist
poop
pumps.
with
the smile.
You've got I hate the poop with the smile.
You hate it? No.
That one the most.
I haven't really examined my jacket fully, but I haven't found the lady in the red dress that dances. That everyone loves.
Yeah, she's not there.
Yeah, I can't. Maybe she's on my back.
The hospital's there.
Yeah, everything. Like, there's so many different buildings.
The alien, the skull.
Yeah.
That's a dope jacket.
Thank you so much.
How many people ask you a day where you get that from?
Every time I wear it, actually.
Yeah.
I do get that question, like, where do you get that from? It's amazing, yeah.
Let's try and encapsulate what Michael Constantinides is about. How would you introduce yourself?
So I go by the name Michael Cost, and I'm a South African YouTuber and one of the only YouTubers in Johannesburg, and I also am a architectural honors student at Wits University, and yeah, in a nutshell.
Talk to me about what it means to be a YouTuber. And that's the most generic question I could have asked you, but we'll get into the cooler stuff a little later on. Let's set the definitions.
Okay, sure. So this is the Oxford Dictionary. No, I'm joking. What a YouTuber is, a lot of people actually don't understand it. What a YouTuber is a person or a group of people that make a YouTube video every week. So, essentially, you like an Instagrammer, where you are posting videos every week, and that's it in a nutshell. You can either be a gaming YouTuber where you just make videos about gaming, or a beauty YouTuber, and there's lots of different types of YouTube videos that you can make, and yeah, in a nutshell, that is what a YouTuber is.
So to me, instantly, the thing that would be the hardest would be deciding what it is that you want to make videos about, and then sustaining that and doing it on a regular basis.
Yes, definitely. It's not a easy thing. Like, a lot of people were, when you tell them, oh, I'm a YouTuber, they always think, okay, what is that? And then you answer them and they're like, oh, wait a minute, YouTubers make money. And then you're like, not really. And
you can put the ads on your...
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah. But it's not as easy as everyone thinks. You know, everyone thinks that you can make a video, you go viral straight away, and you make millions of rands. But it's not like that. You have to constantly make videos every week, market yourself, do your own graphic designing, and it's a lot of work. You have to find the balance between what you do every day and this hobby, which is YouTube.
And you also have to be interesting.
Yes, definitely.
So what is it, do you think, that makes you interesting?
Me as an individual, it's difficult to sell a person as a brand, but I love to create positive videos about South Africa, and that is my main aim. A lot of videos on YouTube are negative. If you go and you type in South Africa into YouTube, the top 3 videos are about crime or car crashes
or CCTV footage.
Yes, exactly. It's like the top rated videos in South Africa. So I want to fill the gap where there is a need for positive videos about our beautiful country. And I think that's what makes me unique as a South African YouTuber, is that I'm constantly trying to make the name of South Africa better to foreigners. I'm trying to teach foreigners and teach the rest of South Africans that there's so much beauty within our country.
What is it, though, that you want to achieve in your life?
In my life? That's a very difficult question. You see, I want to achieve success, and that is success in a matter of reaching and breaking new grounds, no matter what I do in my life. And by the time I die, no matter when that is, whether it's tomorrow or in 50 years' time, I hope that I can look back and say that I succeeded in every single thing I did.
What do you think is the biggest challenge facing you and realizing that dream?
What I want to do is you see, as you know, you've probably read my bio, I do a lot of things. So trying to find specific paths in my life, I think that is a very difficult thing. Specifically with being a YouTuber, it's difficult to find success in South Africa because it's such a foreign concept to South Africans. A lot of people don't understand why a person would want to make videos for YouTube, or would want to make a difference. Even if I change one person's life with my videos, at least then I can feel like I've succeeded something with my YouTube.
So let's take it back. Where'd you grow up, Mike?
In Johannesburg.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you love Joburg? That's your place?
No, this is the place. I love Cape Town.
Yeah.
And I'm actually going down to Cape Town next week to do as many collabs with other YouTubers down there. But I love Joburg. Joburg is my home. Yeah.
And what kind of kid were you?
What kind of kid was I? I think I was a very naughty kid. And a very creative kid as well. I did all of the types of arts you could find at school. And yeah, I think I was a bit naughty, but a good kid at the same time. I don't even know if that's possible. Naughty but good.
Like naughty but well-intentioned.
Yes, yeah. Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, good kid, but like a little bit rebellious every now and then.
Yes, exactly.
You got siblings?
Yes, I do.
Older, younger?
Both older.
Okay.
It's Ella Bella and Catherine Constantinides, and they've both been here on CliffCentral. So I'm glad this is my first show on CliffCentral, so we've all done the CliffCentral.
So two older sisters.
Two older sisters,
okay,
yes.
And what is that like?
It's very different than having I never really had a brother or brotherly figure in a way. So I got my female training from very young, what to do,
what does
what
female
not to do.
training entail?
Okay, so you have to open the door for a girl, you have to, what to do on a date, what not to do on a date, how to dress, and when a girl is emotional, what to say, what not to say, all of those type of things.
So you're very sort of in tune with women and where women's heads are at.
Yeah.
Okay, and in high school, where were you thinking you were going to land up when you grew up?
Okay, so I'm studying honors architecture, and that wasn't even a part of my goals. In primary school, I thought that I would be an Oscar-winning actor. That was like my ultimate dream. Then I got to high school and I started thinking, I want to be a plastic surgeon, but I blame Dr. 90210. I watched too much of that show. And then from there, after high school, everyone's faced with the difficult decision whether to go study or not to study, what to study. So I decided to apply to different things, and whatever I get accepted to, I'll choose from there. But unfortunately, I was accepted to everything I applied for.
Very fortunately.
Yeah, it's very fortunate. But for my decision making, it was so difficult.
So what was on the table?
So I applied for acting and directing at AFTA. And I applied for fine arts and graphic design at UJ, as well as architecture at Wits University. And when I was accepted for architecture, I thought to myself, it's like getting accepted into medicine. Such a small percentage of applicants that do get accepted. So I was entering university at the age of 17, and I thought, I have a year advantage from everyone else. Let me try it out.
How did you land up at 17 entering university?
I started school early.
Okay.
Yeah. So I tried it out.
Because you were so smart.
I was so clever.
Yeah.
So smart. And I fell in love with it in my first year. And in my third year, I thought to myself, I need more creative outlets. And that's when I really took my YouTube channel seriously, and I started making weekly videos from then. And that was 2 years ago.
So that's really interesting. You feel like you need more creative outlets, and you're studying architecture, which is an incredibly creative thing in itself.
Yes, no, definitely. People think I'm crazy, and some people can't understand how I actually find time to do architecture and YouTube, because like I said, YouTube is a very difficult thing. It's a time-consuming thing, and you have to be your own marketing, your own PR, and so on and so forth. So, and architecture when you're studying architecture, it's a completely difficult degree. You have to have late nights all the time. But for me, I am always bursting with ideas. And from my third year, I felt like, let me just try this YouTube as a new creative outlet, which I loved, and then I continued it. And I also started my own design company where I make specialized wooden jewelry, and that was another creative outlet. And I feel with me as an individual, I like to push the boundaries, and I like to push my creative mind, and I also like to have less sleep. So yeah, it's been difficult, but I love doing everything that I am doing at the moment.
Is studying architecture a little bit disillusioning? And I'll only ask that because people think you walk into day one of architecture and all of a sudden you're designing a 20-story building, and actually most likely you're designing like a tube or something.
Yeah.
Like it's not as glamorous as perhaps what people think it is.
No, not at all.
Especially in the beginning, when you're learning the basics.
Yes. So architecture, if you don't know what the architecture course entails, or you've never met someone who studied architecture, it's very difficult from the beginning throughout. And you start off with painting buildings and drawing buildings and painting apples or painting trees, and just trying to get the artistic flow out. And that is your first year, just trying to encapsulate the basics of architecture in a very creative form. And then you move on to more about what is architecture, how do you build architecture, and you try and just work on those skills, on taking the creative side away and looking at how is something built, and what materials go into it, and learning about those materials. And architecture is very, very complex, and they say that architects know a little bit about everything. And that is so true, because you have to know about walls and materials and roofs and the way people move through a space, and social impacts that architecture that your architectural design has. So it's not about going in, drawing this crazy structure and building it. It's about actually learning about how to do it, how to be a better designer, how your design impacts the environment, the social environment, heritage value, and so on of a city. So it's very, very complex, and the workload is extremely high as well.
Sure. And then you go home and make YouTube videos.
Yes, yeah.
What do you think it is the most important thing that you want people to know about you?
That's a difficult question. I think people should know that I'm not... I'm here to stay. Yes, yeah. I have been making YouTube videos for 2 years, and I definitely sometimes feel like I'm wasting my time. But I would like people to know that I am here to stay. I'm going to continue trying to make South Africa a better place, one video at a time.
Fantastic.
And yeah, so I'm going to continue what I'm doing.
Well, listen, Michael, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
Michael Kost, 22-year-old Joburger, YouTuber, architecture student, also as a specialized wooden accessory designer. Is also a specialized wooden accessory designer, and your designs feature in big blue stores nationwide.
Yeah.
And keeping up is easy, right?
Yeah.
How do we do it? All day, every day.
All day, every day. So YouTube is Michael Kost, very simple. And you can find me on Twitter, which is Mickey Kost, or on Instagram, which is Michael_Kost. But go and search me on YouTube, Michael Kost.
Dope. Dude, thanks so much for stopping by. That's Michael Constantinides there. And check out his YouTube channel. You won't be sorry. Dude, thanks so much.
Thank you.
This is Kellman on CliffCentral.